Hey guys, Chris Clothier here again, and I told you I'd be right back. I'm right back in with the next market in Dallas. Hopefully you have already subscribed to our channel and you'll get updates on each of the next markets we're going to be bringing out for you, from Little Rock to Oklahoma, down into the Alabama markets. But also there's other great content on our site that you get when you subscribe. You can, whether it's talking about the current market, talking about interest rates, talking about plans and how we go about building our portfolios, whatever it is, real estate, we cover it. You'll be the first to know when you subscribe. If you enjoy the videos you're watching, be sure and like the videos themselves. Feel free to share them, save them to come back and watch later. If you want any of this information on the particular markets, you can always find it on our website, REINation.com. Today, we're talking about Dallas. Got my glasses back. I got to get them on because I don't read computer screens real well. But look, I've got our PDF up in a format here on the screen that I can look at. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Dallas. Now, we get asked all the time, why did we go to Dallas as our second market outside of Memphis? Well, it's because it's where I was born and raised. It's where my family spent many years building businesses. My father started as an entrepreneur in Dallas, Texas. I still have family in Dallas. It is our second biggest market. It's also where we put our second headquarters. So we're headquartered in Memphis, Tennessee, but we have a second office in Dallas, Texas. Today we run the hub and spoke model. So we have two hubs, Memphis, Dallas, and then we provide services to all of our smaller markets out of those two hubs. So that's why these are the first two I'm going through. And let me tell you, they could not be any different. I talked a lot in Memphis about some basic things. We talked about jobs, we talked about industries, we talked about, the cost of housing and the cost of living. And because those are the things I think are really paramount to what make Memphis so great. Memphis has been known as a great investment market for many years. A lot of that is because, we as a company pushed it early on. I mean, we really put that market out there in front of the rest of the world. And there was certainly other companies that followed us right into the marketplace and the advertising and really tried to build a name for Memphis. But so I'm not claiming that just for us, but I'm telling you that Memphis has always been known as a great market. Dallas, on the other hand, because it's in Texas, because it's a higher price point, because it's a different market altogether, there have been more questions about, is it good, is it not? Well, let me tell you, it is fantastic, and here's why. Dallas is one of the top 5 metroplexes in the nation. 7 million people, rounded up, live in the metropolitan area. That's Dallas-Fort Worth area. The renter population is made up of roughly 55 to 58%, and much of that is because that the housing in and of itself, it's expensive. And the average home price today in Memphis or in Dallas that we're doing now, this is our home price. We're doing houses between $225,000 to $300,000 in Dallas. In the past, we've gone as high as $400,000. In today's interest rate market or interest rate environment, we're not going over $300,000 today. But that $225,000 to $300,000 house is fantastic and right in the sweet spot for the resident of Dallas, because that's going to get a rent of anywhere from $1,700 to $2,400, $2,500, and it's going to, that's the spot where people want to be renting housing. Dallas is one of the fastest growing cities in the nation, that whole metroplex, and it's been that way for the past 5 to 7 years. So when those residents are moving in, they're not always coming in and buying a house right off the bat. Oftentimes they're coming from other markets that are more expensive, and they're looking to kind of get the lay of the land first. So they come in, they're looking to rent for anywhere from 1 to 5 years before they buy their first house. That's why we love it so much. There's 600 people a day moving to DFW. So their job growth in DFW is twice the national average. That's what's attracting people there. So now you have a market that is primed perfectly for a continued, doesn't have to be big, but even these 5 to 8% increases in valuation, especially when you spread it out over time. Some years it may be 2 or 3, some years it may be 10, but you've got this constant growth in value. So we as investors, why I love it so much, yes, it's more expensive. It's more expensive than Memphis, but when you buy the home, The offset is that it is going to go up in value, in theory, faster than the homes in Memphis, because the market is. That doesn't always ring true for each individual house, but the market itself is. So you still have a relative long period of occupancy. We still have a over 5 years occupancy specifically to the Texas market, but at that same time, you also have this increase in value that's just faster than we've seen in any other market out there. And we think that's going to continue to grow. Some of the reasons why is just this plethora of industries that are found in Dallas and so many different companies in those industries that headquarters there. Too many for me to be able to mention, but we're talking from oil to communications to information technology to transportation, defense, financial services. I mean, it's crazy how many industries are represented there in Dallas, in that metroplex. But that leads to, again, that leads to innovation, that leads to growth, that leads to massive diversity. So you have just a lot of opportunity in the different metroplexes or the different cities around the metroplex to be able to find what you're looking for, the price points that we want to be in, that we know there's the greatest demand from the renter population. And then lastly, look, when you're making, or when you have the opportunity to make that type of income, Dallas serves as a great market to put a piece of, if not your whole portfolio into. I know a lot of investors that I speak with, they choose, that's why I chose Memphis and Dallas first. They choose between these two markets. I want to put some of my assets in Dallas, some of my assets in Memphis. I feel diversified at that point. I've got a growth market in Dallas. I've got a long, just steady, stable market in Memphis. Not that either one isn't growing or steady and stable. It's just that's what they're known for. And as an investor, if you're looking to diversify a portfolio, what more could you ask than two markets that provide each of those things? So that's the Dallas market. Again, this is the second market we went to. I think we're managing, I'm not sure exactly how many there in the Dallas market. I know we're managing 3,500 properties in that particular office. A majority of those are in Dallas. But look, the rest of them are located in other markets that I'm going to get to next. Next up is going to be Houston, San Antonio. I'm going to combine those two markets together because those are our other two Texas markets. Fantastic. We love growing into those markets. They are newer for us. They are probably have some of our freshest inventory because the housing we're buying there happens to be just a tad bit older. A tad bit younger, so newer, but just the same. I'll break into those markets next. If you liked the video, be sure and give me a thumbs up down at the bottom. If you have any comments, ask. Happy to connect with everybody through the comments. And once you've done both of those things, if you haven't already subscribed, I don't know why you haven't, but if you want more of this content, subscribe to our channel today. Let us know what you want to hear more of. Happy to oblige and do what you provide content on what you want to hear about. Guys, until we get a chance to meet again on those next videos, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon.